And the first bit I'm going to read is about them arriving in America and all of the things they saw. And the second bit I'm going to read is when their uncle offers them a trip to go to Disney. The things you should know is that the oldest brother is 20, his name is Muhammad Tariq Muhammad. The youngest brother is 17, his name is Rashid. And their father's name is also Muhammad Tariq Muhammad. So there are two characters with the same name in this story. One is the elder and one is the younger. Okay. Things in America were more somber than they had imagined. New Jersey was dredged in solemn snow. The brittle branches of the winter trees sketched against a gray and mournful sky. Had the boys ever read The Catcher in the Rye, or Hawthorne, or known what a pilgrim was, they might have expected this dark and wintering America. But their America was the America of the Brady Bunch and Miami Beach, and footlong hot dogs and good-natured white-toothed smiles. In ShopRite, Muhammad Tariq Muhammad counted 32 different brands of cereal, while Rashid discovered that in this great land, almost anything could be flavored with cheese. They test drove a Jeep Wrangler. They were thrilled to see a yellow school bus. They were inept at making s'mores, astonished to see rats running about on the streets of a twilight Manhattan. Muhammad Tariq Muhammad had only known it from the movies. In it, he felt like another person, fast and dangerous. When a white-tailed deer darted across their backyard, early one morning as the boys prayed Fajr Namaz, they marveled at it for days. Muhammad Tariq Muhammad was delighted to find that his favorite movie, Forrest Gump, through which he learned almost everything he knew about American history, lessons he had shared with his impressed family, had been turned into a restaurant, the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, and the family visited the Times Square location 6 times within a single month, awed by the endless soda refills and towering platters of food, which in South Africa would have constituted a family meal, until Rashid developed a shellfish allergy from overexposure. At his new school, no one could understand a word Rashid said, and his teacher suggested he take ESL classes, though English was his first language. And as a result of being rendered languageless, he began to suffer from stress migraines and topsy-turvy bowels, which gave him an excuse to stay home for days on end. On those days, he sat in front of the television, endlessly scrolling through the hundreds of channels and eating exotic cereals filled with marshmallows, while beside him his brother, who had already graduated from high school in South Africa, painstakingly handwrote letters in his neatest print to colleges, not knowing that email would have been quicker, since in their home in Johannesburg, a reliable internet connection had been a mysterious and temperamental luxury. Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Elder took the family for drives on weekends, and they thought, well, we won't know what they thought. Thinking something about the landscape. Anyway, their uncle, who has offered them the family visa sponsorship, then comes over and offers them his trip. It was shortly after this, an event you don't know, that Uncle Suhail suggested a sibling vacation. He had come over for dinner, taking the seat at the head of the table, and sitting lord-like while Shireen and Nazneen fussed over him. Nazneen is his wife, Shireen is the boy's mother. And Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Elder made a show of humbly giving him the best drumstick in the chicken curry, a heaping portion of buttery rice, while demanding that Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Younger make sure his glass was constantly filled with fresh ice and Coke. Mashallah, mashallah, Uncle Suhail kept saying, smugly benevolent. So, boys, what are your summer plans? I don't know, Rashid said, through a mouthful of food. Study for the SATs, I guess. In his head, Uncle Suhail put a check next to the list he kept for Rashid. Industrious. Shame, Nazneen offered from the kitchen. Studying all summer. He is a very hard worker, Suhail, Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Elder said. He studies all day long. I can see, Uncle Suhail said, wiping 2 fingers lazily on a napkin Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Younger had attempted to fold into a swan and place next to his uncle's drinking glass. Suhail sniffed his fingers for remnants of curry, then probed one into his back teeth, where a grisly strand of chicken lurked. You know, most teens, they go on summer trips to Cancun and the like. Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Elder said. The most he could ever express to his brother of disagreement were monosyllabic noises, like or ah. It had been that way since they were children. He was never sure if Suhail was unaware of how much could be contained in a single or if he understood the meaning completely and simply did not care. Ever since he was born, he had grown up in the shadow of Suhail's superiority. Suhail, the faster runner, the quicker student, the braver soul. Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Elder felt at a loss to offer any sincere expressions of discontent to his brother. He was at his mercy, capable only of hoping that Suhail, out of kindness or pity, may defer to his feelings now and then. In this case, the meant the following. Firstly, that the boys had never been on a trip by themselves, and while he was not a strict father, in fact had becoming less and less strict as America relaxed and exhausted him, places like Cancun seemed like places where only deeply un-Islamic things might occur. Secondly, that he was not sure if he had the money for a vacation. Since coming to America, he had worked longer and longer hours, terrified to look at his bank account, madly squirreling away everything he had earned, in a constant state of disbelief that he was earning it at all, and half afraid it might be taken away at any moment. And thirdly, that he was a little tired of Suhail waltzing in, full of largesse, never appreciating how well Muhammad Tariq Muhammad ran his various businesses and never thanking him for his efforts, only laden with suggestions and new goals and bigger expectations every time. Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Elder considered all of this, while Suhail tirelessly worked his back teeth with his forefinger, considering his brother's two boys. Muhammad Tariq Muhammad the Younger was a soft, lumpen thing, he thought, overly fond of pastries, which he ate without shame, the plastic Costco tray on his lap as he sat in front of the TV. He was wasting his days, apparently waiting for college to start, but as far as Suhail could see, doing little else. Had the boy made a single friend since arriving? Did he play a sport? Did he go outside except when attached to his mother's skirts? He needed excitement, and Suhail thought, quite frankly, he needed to lose his virginity. But what girl would date him? Some poor idiot they were going to import from South Africa, who would spend the rest of her life rolling out raw teeth and giggling deferentially. No, he would need an American girl if he was really going to get anywhere in life. If Suhail hadn't met Nazanin by pure chance, a friend had mentioned that the most attractive girl he'd ever seen was a South African hostess working in Atlantic City, and a week later Suhail was there having booked a penthouse suite in anticipation. He would have married an American woman, someone who looked like an older Britney Spears, the type who would have been a cheerleader in high school. Women like that often came into Yankee Candle. That's the business Suhail owns. Now a little ragged after a decade of marriage, dragging with them tow-headed boys in Little League uniforms. Of course he had cheated on Nazanin. She knew the price of having a successful husband, and didn't, he thought, begrudge him his little pleasures. Multiple women sprawled beneath him in various motels off the I-95. He could not recall most of their names, only remembered with intense relish how alien they were to him. Their strange, pink, freckled bodies, their sour milk smell, their blonde hair, thin and fine, tangled between his knuckles. They were the forbidden women of his childhood. White girls, his cousin said, not like Muslim girls, would do anything. It wasn't even about the physical act, not really. It was about that one particular moment, when walking with one of them on his arm, as he had sometimes, into a restaurant on some weekend away, some corporate franchisee conference at a 4-star resort, the woman next to him dangerously tanned, her face flushed with alcohol, carrying proudly whatever token he had bestowed upon her, a Coach bag, a Pandora bracelet. That moment when all the other men would turn to look at him, and in their faces he could see the flicker of a question. What are you doing with one of our women? All the same, Nazanin had turned out to be a good investment. He had paid for a modest nose job and breast enhancement, gotten her to lighten her hair, being grateful for the ethnic indeterminacy of her skin color. He liked to tell people she was Iranian. So she'd looked the part, but she was doing now what none of those women could ever do, bending at the knee to address Shirin, like some fairy princess addressing a forest creature, all sky-high heels and calves he liked to wrap a meaty hand around, bending to address in sweet tones, as if talking to someone slow in the head, the dowdy, dour black figure in the stained abaya, helping her to place slices of fruitcake on a tray and pour the ilachi tea into a pot. A white woman would never do that. A white woman would not have known instinctively how to handle his family. It wasn't just that she was useful. He loved things about her too. Things he felt indicated a certain profound depth of love. He loved the way, when she got off work, She kicked off her heels at the front door and headed straight for the wet bar in the living room and mixed a drink, stirring it with an index finger, then licking it clean. He liked the way she couldn't cook, how almost every night they ordered pizza. He liked the way that for the Christmas party, she dressed to the nines, how she knew how to do that, to make him look good, and how when she did, she smelled like some kind of makeup she used, face powder maybe, a warm, comforting smell, tinged with perfume. Perhaps Nazneen could give Mohammed Tariq Mohammed the Younger a makeover. You couldn't dress like that, all cooked out in theater. Who would respect you? What Americans would want anything to do with you? That was one of the first things he had learned, how to dress. He imagined fat, religious Mohammed Tariq Mohammed the Younger on holiday, strolling onto a Mexican beach somewhere, young girls running from him in terror. Rashid, though, now he was something else. He'd begun to grow his hair a little long in the hope of a ponytail. He had a noble, equine face. He looked American, sullenly eating his food, dressed in a hoodie and jeans and sneakers. Angry red pimples had begun to emerge at his jawline. He was a boy who might just make it. How about it, boy, Suhail said. You pick the place, I'll play. Nazneen clapped her hands with delight. Suhail's generosity was, she felt, a reflection on her. Every time he gave something away, it reinforced the glamour she felt that she and Suhail exuded, as if money meant nothing to them, as if they had a kind of casual magnificence, the way she imagined a Rockefeller might live, especially in front of the sad Shirin in her ugly clothes and orthopedic shoes, with her dry skin and graying hair and downturned mouth and thinning brows. I know a place, Mohammed Tariq Mohammed the Younger said, chewing his fruitcake slowly. He looked around the table as if anticipating a response. I'd like to go there very much. Nobody said anything. No one could imagine where Mohammed Tariq Mohammed might want to go. Moved passionately by a late-night TV screening of Gettysburg, he had for a brief period expressed an interest in Civil War battlefields, and Rashid imagined a dreary week of standing in unremarkable fields, being bitten by mosquitoes, his misty-eyed brother beside him. Disney World, Mohammed Tariq Mohammed the Younger said. I would love to go to Disney World. Mohammed Tariq Mohammed the Elder, whose sense of anger at his brother had only been growing during this discussion, who was he to offer gifts and vacations to his children, was relieved. Disney World conjured up images of sanitized fun, of his two big boys posing with Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny or any of those, what were they called, Looney Tunes that covered the bright boxes of fruit snacks that Mohammed Tariq Mohammed the Younger loved to buy. Of safety in the bright, uncompromising Florida sunlight, with nothing going wrong. Also, he was sure that Suhail would reject it. What a good idea, he said. Everyone loves Disney World. What do you think, Rashid? Suhail asked. Do you want to go to Disney World, or do you want to go on a real big boy vacation? Rashid looked at his uncle. He was grinning, leaning forward, looking at Rashid as if they shared some kind of secret. He took up so much space. It was as if just by the sheer abundance of self-confidence and belief, he consumed all of the air in the room, towered over everyone else. Next to him trembled Rashid's father, small and bald, a frail man with tobacco-stained teeth, entering his 60s, wearing flimsy gold-rimmed glasses, dressed painstakingly neatly in his cheap clothes, and looking nervous, a mouse quivering in a field. Rashid's heart suddenly felt swollen, overfilled with the kind of love that is intermingled with pity, as if it would break. The question was a matter of the trip. Disney, Rashid said. I'd love to go to Disney.